Okay, so find the 5-number summary. What's a 5-number summary? Well, it's a way of representing all that data with 5 numbers. Let me point out what they are. So here's the 5 numbers right here. The first number is the lowest number. The last number, the 5th number, is the highest number in the whole data set. So it starts with the lowest, ends with the highest. In the middle, the 3 numbers in the middle are the Q1. What's Q1? First quartile. P25, in other words. The median, P50. And the third quartile, P75. And then the highest. Does that make sense? So really we know how to do this. When they say find what's called the 5-number summary, it's stuff we've already done. It's just finding the P25, the P50, and the P75, and then the lowest number in the whole data set and the highest number in the whole data set. Those are the 5 numbers in the 5-number summary. So we can do that. We know how to do that. We just did that. All right. So what's the first thing we're going to have to do this? So whenever you find P25, P75, people, well, go ahead. Let me let you start. Let me let you start.
So the Q3, the Q2, and all that just means
quartiles. Yeah, first quartile, second quartile, third quartile. So into the first quarter, Q1, into the first quartile, into the first quarter, 25% of the way through the game. Into the second quarter, mid halfway, 50%, and into the third quarter, 75% of the way through the game.
So what is min and max?
Yeah, just lowest and highest. So min, as I've written there, lowest, and max, highest.
Lowest and highest of what? Of the quartile?
Of all these numbers.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's our data set. So the lowest of all those numbers,
so
the highest.
Lowest number that is in that data right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. So what's the first thing we need to do this problem? Yeah, we need to know how many numbers. That's important. What else is important? Put them in order. Yeah. Everybody see that? I say all that with like a somber tone because I've had students in the past on this exam do everything great with all the formulas and forget to put them in order. You'll get complete wrong answers with that, right? So you've got to remember that. They have to be in order from lowest to highest. So let's do that. So we must reorder first. So don't forget to put them in order. Super important. So order. So first put them in order. So here we go. Let's do it together. What's the lowest number?
36.
Okay, yeah, this is getting a little bit of a pain. What I would do, guys and gals, I would cross them off as I go and count them when I'm done. You just got to be careful on this. It's easy to mess up. 36. Is 42 next? I'm thinking. Well, I'm just going to kind of guess, and if I make a mistake, I'll back up. So I can't go too slow. 42, 43.5, I think. So I'm doing them right now. 47, maybe? 47, 49, I think. Unless I'm missing one. Looks like all the 40s to me. Then I see a 52.5. 52.5. And then 55, maybe. And 58, maybe. Yeah. Followed by like 63, no, 62, 62, 63. Oh, did I miss one? Oh, thank you. 60, 62, 63, 64, 66. No, 64, 65, 66, huh? 64, 65, 66. 68.5. 0.5. What's missing? So 71.5, 75, and 77.5. Looks like I got them all. Let's double check though. I would count them just to be sure if it was my test and I wanted to get a good grade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Looks good. 18 numbers, I got them all. N is 18. Now they're up there from lowest to highest. So now I'm ready to answer some questions. All right, so here we go. So now, what's the lowest number in the whole data set? Well, 36. That's easy once you got them in order, huh? That's how they got the 36 right there. What's the highest number in the whole data set? 77.5. That's how they got the maximum, 77.5. So we got those two. Let's find the Q1. So Q1 is P25, right? Into the first quarter, 25% of the way through the data set. What do I do with P25? Use the little formula, right? P over 100 times N. So P is 25 over 100 times N is 18. 4.5? And what do we do with the 4.5?
Round up.
Mm-hmm. I'm racing ahead of you? I'm going to race ahead of you. I want you to get something out of this. So we get the decimal, we round it up to 5. But the answer is not 5, it's what? Fifth. Remember, that's a road sign. That's a pointer. It says, go find the fifth number. That's your number. First, second, right? First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Here it is. 49. That's how they got that. And that looks like it's about 1/4 of the way through the data set, doesn't it? Good so far. Can we find the median now? Median, which is P50, 50% of the way through the data set. Go ahead and do that one. P over 100 times N.
Wait, for that one, for the Q1,
Mm-hmm.
okay, yeah. I was getting the median and the Q1 mixed up. I got it.
Good. So, P over 100 times N, 50 over 100 times N is 18. I'm getting 9. I'll let you finish that. So what are we supposed to do when we do this little when we do this little P over 100 times N formula and we get a decimal, we round up and we go grab that one number. When we get a whole number answer, like we did this time, 9, it's not a decimal. What do we do? Two numbers. That number and the next. Remember that? 9th and 10th. I go find the 9th and 10th numbers and average them. Everybody getting the hang of that? Really, really, really important. It's the heartbeat of this method, is that you get those two different results down pat. If you get a decimal, you round up and grab that one number. If you get a whole number, like I got 9 this time, no decimal, you grab that number and the next number and you average them, right? Whole number, two numbers, average. Decimal, round up, one number, grab. So 9th and 10th. So what's that? 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. So the 9th and 10th numbers are 60 and 62, aren't they? So I got to take 60 and 62, add them up and divide by 2, 61. It's right in the middle of 60 and 62. What's in the middle of 60 and 62? 61. All right, 61. There it is. That's why that's the median. This making sense? You getting the hang of this P over 100 times N formula? How it works? Is that good? And you want to finish with Q3? Can you find Q3, the P75? Third quarter, 75% of the way through the data set. So Q3, P70, into the third quarter, 75% of the way through the data. P over 100 times N. 75 over 100 times N. N is 18 numbers. What are we going to get? 13.5. Right? And then we do with the decimal, round it up. 14th number. What's that? Well, this is 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th number, 66. There it is. We got the 5-number summary. Is that good? Now, who cares? Why are we doing this? What do those 5 numbers do for you? Well, actually, it's a very nice little system. It's a way of, remember what this whole chapter is about. How do you summarize a ton of numbers in a way that human beings can get a feel for like a whole bunch of numbers? Like, every year they're talking about how high school kids are doing, getting better, getting worse, whatever. So that's like, I don't know what, 500,000, I don't know what I'm guessing, a million kids take the SAT or whatever, and how'd the whole million kids do? Well, what do you want? A million kids. How are we going to tell? Of course, they write articles, newspaper, and all that kind of stuff. We need to know. Educators make decisions based on how they're doing it. So we have to summarize. We have to have some way of having a feel for how a million different kids are doing on the SAT. How do they do it? This is one really good way. 5-number summary. See what it does? It basically splits the data into 4 even sections. That's what it does, right? Because you have this first section right here, because this is the first quarter. It's like breaking a football game into 4 quarters or a basketball game. That's the first quarter. Here's the second quarter up to the middle, right? Here's the third quarter. Here's the next one I circled. And then here's the top quarter. So just by knowing the 5 numbers, right, bottom and top, and then the 3 breaks in between, you have a feel for how all million kids did broken into 4 even sections. That's why the 5-number summary is very useful to people using stats to make decisions about things. 5-number summary. On the bottom, they have us make a box plot. What is a box plot? Let me go to a fresh screen. Box plot is just the 5-number summary put on a number line. Is all that is. Let me show you. So we got our 5 numbers, 36, 49, 61, 60. Basically, the box, when you do the box plot, let me just show it this way. This is your lowest here. This is your highest here. This is your Q1, your it's a median. Your median is the line. It's not necessarily in the middle of the box, as you showed. I didn't put it in the middle. That's all it is. It's just putting it on a graph so that you see low and high, Q1, median, Q3. That's all it is. So look at these data. You can see that B, if you look at B there, what's my low? 36. See how that looks like it's hitting about 36? This is Q1, just below 50. Yep. This is the median, right on 60, or 61, looks close. This is the Q3, which is 66. And this is the high, which is past 75. So that's B is the right box. So a box plot that's called a box plot, or it's also called a box and whiskers. Those lines are called whiskers diagram of the 5-number summary, which breaks a data set into 4 even chunks. I feel like I'm racing the clock here. Right. Looking at number 3. Okay, so the 2 box plots in the figure to the right show starting salaries, blah, 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 blah. So there's a couple of boxes. They're basically asking us to interpret box plots. So approximately what is the median salary for ag majors? So here's a graph of how people that majored in ag did on their salary, and here's how engineering students did on their salary. Okay, so remember what a box plot shows. It breaks the data into 4 sets, 4 even sections. Choose the best range for the median salary of ag majors. What does it look like the median, the middle, for ag majors is? So ag is the green. Ag is the green. Where's the median? It's right there. This is the median line. What does it look like it hits? Just over 30. Something just over 30. See how I said 31 to 32? That's the right answer. Feel like you could do that in a multiple choice test? There's questions just like that on our exam next week. Right, good. To there. Next question. Choose the best range for the median of engineering. Engineering. Well, here's the middle of engineering. Right around 40, huh? Doesn't it look like that? Let's go to a... All right, so engineering, like I said, it looks like it hits about 40. Yes, that's 40 to 41. That looks right. Okay. Next question. How is the median salary for engineer majors more than the third quartile for ag majors? Is that true? Is the median for engineers, that'd be right here, right? That's the middle for engineers, more than the third quarter for ag? Where's the third quarter for ag? It's right there. Remember, remember it's Q3 on the right edge. Remember, for any box, let me draw it again for you. The right edge is Q3, the middle is the median, the left edge is Q1, and this is low, and this is high. Remember, it's the 5-number summary for the 2 dots and the 3 parts of the box. So the right edge of this box here is Q3. So sure enough, the median for engineer, the average engineer makes more than 3/4 of the ag people, huh? You see that? That's what that's showing. The average engineer is making more than 3/4 of ag people. So you see that? So you could look at that and you could know how salaries are going to typically go based on your major in college. 3/4 of ag people will make below the average engineer salary, at least according to this little chart. So, and then basically they have some. And so again, here's the average engineer. Here's the Q3 for the ag. And the median line for the engineer major is further to the right than the box for the ag. That's true, than the box for the ag. That is what we see on that. Okay. Ooh, I was really hoping we'd be able to finish 14.3, but we did a survey of 20. If I had 20 minutes, I could probably do it, but I don't have 20 minutes.